Good evening, friends. Hopefully, everyone is fine, and if you had time to look into the video I posted for the Bank Nifty. What I'll do in this analysis, I'll try to show you how to find an option trade, how to buy, what are decisions you have to look into it before buying it, and and uh, and we will proceed on those lines. And if you like it, do let me know. And and we'll try to I'll try to put videos of those sorts, or if you can let me know what sort of videos you like and want me to post, I can do that. So let's filter out a trade. So uh, these are all the active option stocks you can trade in. The others, there are others which are also there, but currently let's look into these universe which I have at the moment. Uh, and this is basically the securities. This is the 90s uh, um, EMA, 18 days EMA, 50 days EMA, RSA, hourly, and P writers. This is where if this is a level below which the put writers become weak and they have to cover. Basically, in other sense, the stock becomes bearish. This is the level where C writers have to defend. This is where C writers have to uh, will panic and the stocks become bullish, uh, which will give headways for good movement. What we will do here is we'll try with the select stocks which are near 1% with the maximum range the where the pressure will be felt by the C option writers, call writers to defend the defend the stocks. Defend the stocks beyond that level, the stocks becomes bullish. You can see a short covering rally. Usually, stocks, if you are an intraday trader or a position trader for 1 or 2 days, this is where you can make a quick buck uh, and get away with it. So let's eliminate a few of these. Let's eliminate, um, let's take out the banks here, Axis Bank, Bandhan Bank, and then what else you have? ICICI Bank. And so you get four of these. You get Lupin, you got Reliance, you got um, Hindustan Petroleum, you got Ultratech, and you got PCS. Okay, so we'll look out of these. Let's look at something which is an heavyweight, which is an index. So let's look at Reliance. Reliance is currently at 199.6. If a stock is above the 50 days EMA, then it's sort of tend to be bullish. So be above 119.76, it is bullish. So so the stock is in a bullish range. RSI it's around 60. Not It's in a sort of not too oversold or not too overbought. It's in a correct level. So let's take 2000. So what is this? And this is the option table of Reliance. Let's look into the option chain of Reliance. Somebody asked me, how do you go here? How do you go to this option chain? That's basically has been the question, which, or how do you get data from the data? So let's look at how I get into it. Let's go to NSE website. Let's go to Reliance. Let's go to option chain. Let's put the last 7 days. Let's have this here, and then let's go to option chain. Go here, select Reliance, and this is Reliance for May. In May, you have about 62,600, which is here, 62,600 open interest, and out of that, in 2000 call, you have about 20%, almost 20% of the contracts of the writers are estimating the stock price to remain below 2000. So this is what is happening in the stock. Now so what has happened in the stock in the last week? So as I said, it closed above 1976 on Tuesday, and then it became bullish the next 2 days. Okay, it tried to this is a futures contract. So this is a futures contract. So let's, if you, instead of looking into the futures, let's look into the spot. So why I'm selecting spot is because the EMA is spot, so it will be highly not good if I take something something which is spot and futures. It's like comparing all apples to orange. So let's look into the data here. So it reached around 216 on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday. It got off sold out at 210 levels. Now let's look at what has happened in the 200 options, 2000 options price in the last 2 days. Let's look into that. So if you see here, Wednesday, for a brief moment, it crossed 35 and it went 40. And then the other 2 days, it got sold around 34, 33, 35. So basically, they're trying to defend. If you look into this picture, the highs of these last 5 days, one thing is pretty evident. They are trying to defend the area of 35. So if 2000 C goes above 35, it is a bullish trade. Okay. Just if you have to focus on one stock or one trade which can give you good, there's no point in chasing after 10 stocks. What most people will do is today this stock is going up, that stock is going up, I'll go buy this, go buy that, and end up losing money in everything. Instead, it's better to, I always prefer to focus on a few stocks, shortlist a few stocks, and look at how it's going. In this case, it's getting sold out at 35. For a brief moment, it touched 40. If you see there, basically, for a brief moment, it had gone to 216 and it came back. So basically, that I always tell this rule to everyone who's trading: always look for 15 minutes close, because always in intraday there could be a case where the big hands will try to lure as many retail investors as possible and then close out because they have deep pockets. So this is always the logic which you have to look at. So in this case, what basically is happening is at 35 everyone is defending. So in the next 4 days, if this goes above 35, you can see the Reliance stock going to levels beyond 2040 or 2050 by end of this expiry, which is almost when that rallies, the out of the money calls will also rally. So basically what I will look at is if it goes above 35, I will go and buy it at 35, above 35, and with a stop loss of say stop loss of what was the average price? I'll I'll keep I'll keep a say low of 28 or something as purely stop loss is your the risk management, your capital and things like that. So that is the way, that's the area where you can look at and you can try to buy that stock. This is one stock. So you can for so if you are looking for a bullish opportunity this week, you can look at Lupin, you can look at Hindustan Petroleum, you can look at Ultratech Cement, you can look at TCS. Now, if you're looking at a bearish trades, similarly, you can look at stocks. You can look at stocks which are bearish. Say, for example, let's look at bearish stocks. So, see, you have JSWC, you have Dabur, you have Rasim. So you can look at these stocks for bearish trades. If you have any questions, do let me know. Or if you need more explanation, do let me know. I can explain to you in other videos. Thanks, bye.